Louisville this afternoon at this time as a rather heavy thunderstorm is coming into the area. In fact, they've been judged severe. Severe thunderstorm warnings are now in effect for a large chunk of counties across Kentucky, right along the Ohio River. We'll go to the radar screen and show you where these storms are the heaviest. We just mentioned for you a few minutes ago the warnings are in effect for many parts of Indiana. They've now pretty well crossed the river and go from the Trimble County into Henry County, Oldham County, Jefferson County, Kentucky. You just saw scenes from downtown Louisville there. And in the southern parts of Harrison County, Indiana, going toward Bullitt County, Hardin County, and especially in Meade County, Kentucky. So this whole area from Meade County along the river toward up into Carroll County, Carroll County, Kentucky, should be on the watch for possible damaging winds, large hail, and torrential rains in the next half hour to 45 minutes. In fact, that warning is in effect until 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. This whole string of counties from Meade County into Hardin County, Bullitt County, Jefferson County, Oldham County, Henry County, and Trimble County, Kentucky. A very vicious line of storms is coming into our area at this time. This is WAVE meteorologist Tom Wills.
Threat of even more severe weather while it tries to clean up and recover from the storms over the weekend.
City and county ambulances.
Local Connections is closer to being a free man tonight. We'll have the latest on Lindsey Scott. And country music star Kenny Rogers turns the spotlights around and honors some of his biggest fans. All next on WAVE TV News.
The Zoo. WAVE TV News is brought to you by First National Bank of Louisville. Our wealth is good people. Put us to work for you.
WAVE TV News with Don Schroeder, Christy Callahan, Tom Wills, and Bob Dominy.
Good evening, I'm Pia Cummings.
And I'm Don Schroeder. Christy is off tonight. Well, the severe weather warnings are still hanging over the WAVE TV viewing area at this hour. Tom Wills is joining us from his weather office, and Tom has the latest on what's happening out there. Tom?
Yes, Don, we were about an hour early this evening as compared to last night, but the same basic effect. A very vicious line of thunderstorms is coming roaring through the area. Downtown scenes have died down somewhat. Again, it's like yesterday, about a 5-minute period of strong winds and heavy rains, and then the thing settles down, as you can see, and will be that way through much of our area as time goes on. We're hearing reports already of people who, say, 2 hours ago got their power lines turned back on, got turned back off again in the last 5 minutes by Mother Nature out there. Look at our radar screen this evening, and we can see around the area we've got a vicious line of thunderstorms centered now right over top of Louisville and Jefferson County. It's heavy and possibly severe all the way down into northern parts of Hardin County and also into eastern parts of Meade County, Kentucky, northward up into Oldham County, Trimble County, and Henry County. All of those counties I mentioned do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect until 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. If threatening weather appears in your area, be sure to go to a place of safety, as these storms have been causing very strong damaging winds and large hail in some areas as they move rapidly through the area. So let's take a look again from the downtown Louisville area and see what's happening in our region. Things have calmed down a little bit. We can see the winds have died down. Those trees were pretty well bent over a little while ago, but things have begun to calm down here. The leading edge of the storms is the most intense, and that's now in the eastern parts of Jefferson County, southern Jefferson County, and as I mentioned before, now in the eastern parts of Oldham County and up into Henry County and southward into Bullitt County, parts of Hardin County, and Meade County as well. So again, all areas south and east of Louisville be able to watch for possible damaging weather. It's going to be coming very rapidly through your area. I'll be back later with some more weather information.
Tom, is it likely these will calm down as the evening wears on?
Yes, this cluster of storms coming through the area now is very quick hitting, and probably by about 7:30, 8 o'clock in Louisville, the sun will be shining once again, and all the activity will shift on to our east very quickly.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
See ya.
Meantime, at least 10,000 customers still don't have power tonight, and some of them may not for 2 more days. Louisville Gas and Electric crews have been out since early yesterday evening, and they'll stay out until the power is back on. Gordon Boyd tells us there have been no reports of serious injuries, but last night's storm has left more than its share of damage on both sides of the river.
Last night's storm path is today's obstacle course. Just ask LG&E crews trying to restring stretched and downed power lines.
We've had a lot of trees down on the lines. I don't think we've had a whole lot of lightning trouble, but mostly tree trouble.
This is some of the worst of it. One tree ripped out by the roots takes down the power line with it, still live. It burns through the road tar. The debris fills 3 state highway trucks.
We was going to one place and they called us back over on this one. So we had to take care of this one instead.
Homeowners have their own worries. Bill Mowry's maples on his neighbor's gutters. That he didn't expect.
We'd had the trees thinned out the last couple of years with the idea that that would keep them from blowing down quite so easily, while we thought that we were fairly secure.
In Sellersburg, Donnie Coleman cleans up his own mess. The ash tree scraped his garage, crushed his car.
Damage about $2,000, and still he believes he's lucky. His mobile home, not even touched.
No, I'm not moving out. Oh, no. I'll stick around.
Back in Kentucky, nobody even got to move into these houses in the East End. One looks like a half-raised pup tent, the other leveled. For both, it means start over. As for LG&E,
It's hard to say. A few more hours.
that's if tonight's weather doesn't bring more of the same. Gordon Boyd, WAVE TV News.
Later on this hour, Tom Wills will tell us just what kind of winds, besides a tornado, that can cause the type of damage we've been seeing this year.
Well, if you or your neighbors still don't have power, or maybe it's gone out again, there are ways to cope with it. The biggest worry, no doubt, you may find some down power lines. Well, the word from the power company is stay away from them. They could be live. And don't use portable generators in the meantime, because their power can surge back through the electrical lines and damage your wiring, or worse, hurt the repair crews. If your refrigerator freezer has been off for more than 8 hours, you're in the danger zone. Dump all mayonnaise and milk products. Dump any meats that have been kept at 40 degrees or warmer for more than 2 hours. As for your freezer, casseroles and stews spoil quickly. Serve them as soon as the power comes back on. You can refreeze beef, lamb, or pork, but do not refreeze seafood. Now, if you have any doubts, trust your sense of smell. If something offends your nose, out it goes.
If you have any trees in your yard that were damaged by the storm, chances are you probably could have done something to prevent some of the mess. Most private tree companies today had crews out in all parts of our area, going from one job to the next. Dave's tree surgeon says work was just beginning to let up from the storm in the Highlands when last night's storm hit. It's been one of the busiest years owner Dave Randolph can remember. But he says there are things you can do to protect your trees for the next time.
Thinning the trees out, opening them up so the air moves through them. They don't act like a sail in the wind. Cabling, that's installing cables from the weakest branches to the strongest branches, enabling the tree to move in the wind rather than break over.
And another piece of advice, have your trees inspected at least once a year to identify any potential problems.
Before, about an hour earlier than yesterday, but the same type of effect. A very rapidly moving, vicious line of thunderstorms has come through the area. They've had wind gusts at the airport, Stanford Field, of 79 miles per hour. Yes, 79, almost 80 miles an hour in the last hour out there. And there are now some new warnings in effect for some of our area due to the rapid motion of these storms to the east. These warnings are in effect for Shelby County, Spencer County, LaRue County, and one more on here, Nelson County, Kentucky, Shelby, LaRue, and Spencer. And for the next 45 minutes as that line is now moving that way. In fact, we'll look at it now on the radar screen and see where they are. The heaviest line of storms is now moving through eastern parts of Jefferson County. Again, that's the one left behind the 79-mile-per-hour wind gust out of Stanford Field. It's now also very heavy here in the eastern parts of Oldham County, quite strong also in Trimble County, and now moving into Henry County as well. Those counties all still have warnings in effect. The new warnings go from Shelby County, where this storm is now entering, into Spencer County, Nelson County, and down toward LaRue County. Those of you in Nelson County and LaRue County, of course, nothing is happening yet. But again, these storms are going eastward about 35 to 40 miles an hour at least, and causing very strong wind gusts and very large hail in some cases, and a lot of downpours of rain. They are dangerous storms, rapidly moving away from the Louisville metropolitan area toward, particularly now, Henry County, Shelby County, Spencer County, Nelson County, and LaRue County, Kentucky. Elsewhere, things are pretty well all calmed down now. Light rain showers across all of Indiana. There should be no more severe storms in Indiana this evening as everything is passed by that area. So that's kind of a recount of the way things have been happening today. First of all, 2 severe thunderstorm watches popped up early this afternoon, one covering much of the Louisville and WAVE-TV viewing area till 6 o'clock tonight, and then one till 10 o'clock to the north of there across many parts of Indiana. But as the afternoon progressed, they got changed. A new one popped up now, including much of our TV3 viewing area till 10 o'clock Eastern time this evening. But again, since the storms have now passed us, it's mostly for the areas east of Louisville till 10 o'clock tonight. They could have the same thing we've had in the past half hour to 45 minutes. And a new watch has been issued back to the west now, also to 11 o'clock tonight. That does not affect our viewing area at all. So the storms are moving rapidly toward the east. There's been no major cold front, low pressure area, or one of the typical type things to cause these storms. What's been happening in the upper atmosphere, a little pocket of cold air has come across the eastern part of the country, working on our very hot and very humid air mass around here. And what that's been doing is making things very unstable and very stormy for the past couple of days. As time goes on, the cool pocket will leave us. We'll see hotter weather later on this week, but fewer thunderstorms. I had this wrong. A very quick estimate. It's down to 79 miles per hour, as by the way is the strongest wind gust at Stanford Field, down to 82 degrees. The high was 91. The humidity today reached 101, by the way, the hottest in a long, long time around here. Before the storms hit, upper 80s and low 90s throughout all of our area. We'll see that or higher for the rest of the week, but perhaps fewer thunder showers. But still scattered thunderstorms, some locally severe, a watch in effect until 10 o'clock tonight for much of our area. Overnight after the showers end, about 70 degrees for the low. And then by drive time tomorrow morning, patchy fog, very muggy in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, hot and humid. That's an old song for this time of the year. Once again, a chance of a thunderstorm, high climbing to 93 degrees. And by drive time, just plain hot tomorrow afternoon. Looking beyond that into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, even worse. Highs in the mid to upper 90s, hotter temperatures, hotter, humid